back. Part 3. Part 3 of Sega Genesis. I'm not sure. We might have 2 parts left in us. We'll see what happens. But let's get right into it. So next game, X-Men. I definitely had this. I don't think I was very good at it as a kid, for whatever reason. We had it, and this was a game that my older brother played more. So I don't really remember the plot or if it's any good. But it's something I definitely wanted to have. I was not super into X-Men and comics or anything like that. I don't think I really played an X-Men a lot until the GameCube, when they had X-Men Legends I would play. I watched the cartoon, some for sure. But so this wasn't a huge part of my childhood, but I mean overall in nice shape. Let's see if it's got any. See if it's got any value. X-Men. There it is. Okay, so CIB is 27. So very good. Again, this is something I'm excited to try when I go through and test all these, and then maybe it'll jog a memory. And maybe I should do that before I did these videos, but too late now. Okay. Let's move. So this next one, Mortal Kombat 1. This one's in rough shape. This was I basically got this for free. So I don't even know if this one works, but the case has some tears. The game looks like it got discovered in a lake. So I don't know if this works or not, but it was just something it's there's no Manny. It was just something that I basically got as a throw-in to another deal, and I was like, I'm not going to turn down a free game, and I should have tested it already just to find, because if it works, then even if it looks like garbage, if it works, then there's still there's still some value to it. Who's missing Manny? So let's see, but I'll look up what is the loose price, although it would be less than that because of the shape it's in. Mortal Kombat. Sega Genesis, so loose is $10. So we'll put $10 very generously. It wasn't. I played not on the Sega, but when I played fighting games, it was I played a little bit of Street Fighter, like in the arcade. I never really got into Mortal Kombat. Again, this was just something that I stumbled upon. So, but it's there. We'll see if it plays when the time comes. Next one, Desert Strike. No manual. Very clean looking cart, which again means that no one ever played it because it's not a good game. This was another game that kind of came. I had the opportunity to grab for basically free. So, I'm not going to turn down a free game. Let's see. But I mean, besides not having the manual, the game looks great. The artwork looks great. The Scuds are back. With a fiery blast from your Hellfire missiles, you must annihilate a ruthless tyrant's military arsenal. Smoke his private yacht and tear into his air force as you challenge the madman's forces in a series of surgical strikes. Rip through 27 fiery missions. Force is highly recommended. So this will be something, when the time comes to test these, it'll be interesting to see if this game's any good. I haven't heard anything about it. But, let's see if let's find out together if it's got any value. Desert Strike, Return to the Gulf. We'll do the loose price because I don't have the Desert Strike, Return to the Gulf. Missing manual. It is $9 loose. So we'll see if I ever come across the manual. But all right. Next one, Taz in Escape from Mars. Hot Tempered. So this is a game that I have not played. Again, it was something that I kind of stumbled upon for a very low price and or basically free. And so that's why it's here. It wasn't something I played as a kid. This Taz game is better than ever. Oh, so all new moves. So there was an original Taz game then. So this is not this is the sequel. But the game itself looks okay. I don't know. Again, I don't know necessarily how to judge these. I have to see if they play. I need to test them all. That'll be the true test. Taz Escape from Mars. Moving kind of quickly through these ones because I really don't know too much about them. This one's not complete, so it's just so it's like $5. Okay, just things that kind of added in, but all right. So for whatever reason, I have about 8 games left, and 6 of them are football games. So we're gonna knock these out and see what we got. Sorry, just moving stuff around. All right, and then we'll be done. So let's see. Let's do the football. Let's start with the earliest ones. 94. Earliest. So Joe Montana football, 93. I mean, this is it's got all the worst teams on there, but whatever. I was a big football fan as a kid, but the video games, which is weird because I have the most of them. The video games didn't resonate with me on the football end as much as the other sports, at least for this generation. Going on as we got to the 64 and GameCube and on, I actually drifted more towards football. So NFL 93, Joe Montana 93. I don't think this was part of my original collection. The one coming up, I'll show you. I think this was one again that I kind of just stumbled upon in 93. Sega. Okay, so $7. Joe Montana 93. Very good. Heavy. $7. Over there. Then we have, not to be confused with Joe Montana 93, is NFL Football 94 starring Joe Montana. So I don't know if it's the same development team or not. So this one I had. I remember playing this one, but just it was fine. I'm a big Miami Dolphin fan, so I always wanted to play with Dan Marino. But it was, the football games were fine. I played them some, and there would be the one coming up would be included in the 7-game series with my brother. NFL 94, very good. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's try to make this faster. There it is. CIB is $7. And let's get through these other two. So this one, I actually never played this. I was not a college football fan as a kid. Not, just out of my own ignorance. Not really. I didn't understand. I didn't know without like the star power and knowing like the players, it was hard for me to get invested as a kid. Obviously, I like watching college football now, so this one and this one are college football games that really I got not because I had them in my collection, but because I am a college football fan now. I wanted to go back and see what ones like these, like college football national championship right here. I wanted to see what they had to offer because I never played them as a kid because I wasn't a college football fan. But now that I am, I got these so that I have the opportunity to go back and check them out. So that's something I'm going to do. I'll let you guys know what I think, but let's get these logged. National Championship. It's very good. This one's complete. And this one is College Football 96. It's good. Missing manual. Let's see. College Football National Championship. Sega. There it is. So it's worth 13, which is more than a lot of sports games. College Football 96. It's about $10. Well, it's loose, so it's about $3. Sorry. So without the manual, it's worth $3. So I moved kind of quickly through those ones because they weren't really a huge part of my collection. So I have 2 games left, and these are ones I actually played significantly. Here's Madden 96. So Madden 96 was good. It introduced me to Madden, and I played Madden, more later on in different systems. But this was definitely a game I played a lot with my brother. Not as much as the next one, but this was the first Madden that I owned. I know they have like 93 and 94 and 95. Madden 96. I don't know, the football games, I feel like the hockey games, the basketball games, and the baseball games were simpler, but aligned better with a simpler format, for me anyways. And for whatever reason, football didn't translate, in the 16-bit era. But let's see what the value. So 96. So CIB is $8. So yeah, it's just it's as much as a football fan as I was a big Dolphin fan, Dan Marino fan. I didn't get into like football video games until a little bit later. And so this was a game that me and my brother played quite a bit. some skadoosh on there, which is not a good sign, and I don't know, hard to tell. But this one, NFL 95, this is the one we played a lot. Of all the NFL games, this is the one we played the most for sure. I saw this. I got this complete I lost this. It got destroyed at some point. But so this is not the original copy. But it was nice to get because this one I remember had this had the paper box, as opposed to the clamshell. And so it was nice to get, that, and it's similar to Sonic and Knuckles. Let's see. NFL 95. But this game, I remember you just do the go routes. I don't really run the ball. I would just run. I would find the fast guys and throw bombs to them. It wasn't the most technical of gameplay experiences for me, which is probably why I didn't translate well as opposed to other games. Let's see. Why isn't it coming up? There it is. So $8. Yeah. $8. So yeah, it's I think football teams by their nature are always a little more complicated because you have to pick certain plays and there's more moving parts. So as a kid, I didn't really translate. It was more, the baseball, NHL, and basketball were less complicated to me as a kid, and that's probably why football games didn't resonate with me until later on as I started to get older. All right, so we have two more games. As I mentioned before, we have Jurassic Park. Fun game. One of my favorite movies of all time. I remember I saw it in a drive-in back in '92 as a 8-year-old. Got some codes in there. This was a fun game. I love everything dinosaurs and loved things Jurassic Park as a kid. So really enjoyed this. I didn't spend the time on this that I did on other games, or for example the last game we're about to go over. Yeah, just a good fun game. I don't think I ever beat it. Might be something I try to do. But I mean, Jurassic Park can't go wrong with. So I thought I had the poster. Maybe I'm just mixing everything up. I thought that one came with a poster, and I thought I had the poster, but maybe not. Okay, so let's finish this. Let's do Jurassic Park here. Welcome to Jurassic Park. All right, let's see. So it goes for about $21. Good game. Again, I need to test it and make sure it's working because it's something I definitely want part of my collection. All right, so last game. Can you guys guess what it is? It's kind of like a shooter, not a shooter, like an adventure. You pick up friends along the way. You shoot your way through different stages. And I played this for hours. I don't know why it was so fun. I think it was the part of it was an adventure game because you'd go through levels and you'd pick up a different guy and he had a different style of gun. So. Mercs. I played that. This was probably, besides Sonic and sports games and Road Rash, this was probably I spent as much time playing this as any of them, which is weird because it's doesn't have the same like replayability, but it was just we would me and my brother would go and try to get the highest scores. And it would just I would do if I had a certain amount of time before we had to do something, I'd try to get a run in and see how far I could get. But it was just for whatever reason this game just so they had two different versions. They had the original mode and the arcade mode. But the original mode was where you picked up your friends along the way, like Laser and gosh, I can't even remember them, but gosh, this was good times. So this was a must-have. My collection. The cart is in decent shape. It's got a little tear there, but not too bad. But they actually have this in the Nintendo Online, the Sega, if you guys on the Switch, which I've played. I haven't tested this game yet since I recently acquired the console, but this was a fun game. I liked the. Here you got Rifle as the main guy, and then Burner, Launcher, Laser, and Homing were the guys you picked up along the way. And I don't know, it spoke to me. I don't know why. It was fun. I remember one time I tried there's one part in the game where if you had Rifle and you had him fully powered up, you could just like hold the button down and bad guys would keep coming and coming, and you could just and it was later on in the game, so you had to play for a while to get to it, and obviously it wouldn't save if you turned it off. But so I got to that point, and me and my 9-year-old, 10-year-old wisdom, I taped up the controller or jimmied up the controller so that it was holding down the shoot button, and then I just left it to see so I was in that part in the game, and bad guys just kept coming, but they kept getting hit by just pointing my gun in this right direction, and I left to go somewhere, and I came back a couple hours later and the game had froze. So to this day I never found out how much points I could have had. But Mercs, man, this was good times, good memories of this game. All right, let's see here. Mercs is he's got some value. It's $40. So, anyways, that's all I got. I think some games I'd like to get an NBA Jam, still, but I think for the most part I have the games that I want. So, anyways, let me know. Did you guys play Sega? Let me know what you think. What you think about my games? What you think about anything? Tell me your life story. I'm open to it. So, all right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next series of videos.